know, it has been quite a while. My name is Allison. If you're new here, I am 39. I live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And this is the first time I've made a video in a while. I think I just kind of lost inspiration and I was like, nothing I'm doing is that interesting. Vlogs are not that interesting. But I wanted to make a New Year's video, like everyone else, going through last year's goals and then also seeing what my goals are for this year. So if you don't already, follow me, subscribe, all that stuff. Maybe I'll put out another video in under a year. I don't know. Yeah, I live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I live by myself. I have 3 cats. I have a great boyfriend. And yeah, I see a lot of theater and horror movies, so that's a little bit about me. Let's get into my goals for 2025. I achieved a handful of them. The ones that I achieved: grow my audience for my horror podcast, Who's There, by 20%. Did that. Book amazing guests for the podcast. Did that. Go to London. I did that. I saw 10 shows in 7 days. It was awesome. Take Pilates classes. I did that. Read at least 20 books. I did not do that. I only got to 16. So that's another goal. I also had run 5 races. That did not happen because I fractured the metatarsal, one of the metatarsals in my left foot. So I am no longer running. Be an attentive cat parent. I think I am very overbearing. And then put out 52 episodes of my podcast. And I did that. I think I put out like 64 in total. I also had on this do entire podcast marketing course, which I actually don't know if I ever did. I don't know if I ever found one. If you know of one that you really like, let me know. I had started at the end of last year a theater podcast, which I am still trying to do. And I had on this list get invited to see Broadway shows. I did not do that. Go to Charleston and Savannah. Did not do that. Earn 20,000 more for the year. Did not do that. Take Krav Maga and Jiu Jitsu classes. I took 1 Krav Maga class. I took a free intro class. And then I was like, I have to wait until my foot's feeling better. And then I found out it was fractured. And then Jiu Jitsu, I never went back because of my fracture. And I also had, and if this is triggering, feel free, click off. I had lose 20 pounds because after I had my hormonal IUD removed, when I had my tubes removed, I just gained a whole bunch of weight, and I'm not really sure why, because nothing about my lifestyle really changed. And now that I'm not running anymore, it's even harder. And then I had take ballet classes. Did not do that. So that was all of last year's goals that I had in my journal. And I did a course with my yoga teacher, a goal-setting workshop, which was really fun. We did that on December 28th. She is the best. Her name is Chrissy Carter. If you want to take her classes online, you can. She teaches mostly over Zoom, so go check her out. It's chrissycarter.com. While doing her workshop, I realized that my basically thoughts for the year were really guided by fear because of my foot. And then I was having knee issues, and then I had to go to see a podiatrist, start PT, go see an orthopedist, and I was going to a lot of doctors. So that was not fun or inexpensive, because even though I have great health insurance, co-pays add up. It's a lot. I spent a lot of money. So this year I opened up an FSA so I can at least pay for those appointments, not with tax-free, I guess. I've never had one before, so hopefully I remember to use the card. But after this workshop, my intention for 2026, the words that I found were health, habits, community, friendship, coziness, and hopefulness. So here are my 2026 goals. Number 1, put out 52 episodes of Who's There and at least 6 episodes of Which Way to the Stage. That is my theater podcast. Let me know if you get that title reference in the comments. Number 2, again, if this triggers you, totally understand. Get into shape. Lose 20 pounds, the 20 pounds that I gained for no reason. And I have 2 other goals on this list that kind of just tie into it. And one of those is meal prep and cook most of my food, because I feel like even though I don't eat out that much for somebody that lives in New York, I eat out enough, and it's too much, and I spend a lot of money. And then I also have Move Daily on my list. So walking, yoga, strength training, all of that. Okay, my third one is visit Charleston and Savannah. I'm thinking maybe in May because I might have some free time then. I didn't get to go last year and I really want to go. Savannah is one of the most haunted cities in America. So it's about time. The next one is save more money. I have a number that my credit card bill should be under every month, which I'm not going to share. But yeah, and I realized that I spend a lot of money on like little like sweet treats and like fun lattes because I always told myself I'm gonna go get a latte out, it may as well be one that is fun and, you know, worth my money. But those lattes are always like $7 to $12, and Fellini's tiramisu latte is just not worth that amount of money. There really isn't any latte that's worth that amount of money. And yeah, I found the recipe online for the Levine chocolate chip walnut cookies, and I didn't have walnuts, so I used pecans. And I made those last night and they came out so well, and I saved half the dough. It made 7 cookies, but then I also had half the dough left, so I froze it so I can have a sweet treat whenever I want to. And now I have to figure out what to do with 6 more Levine cookies. Read for 30 minutes a day and read 20 books in 2026. So I read 16 last year. If I get off my phone more often and don't spend as much time on TikTok, I think I can do it. I'm not a fast reader, but I'm not a slow reader either. And I think the more I read, the faster I'll get. So I have like 5 books right now that I want to read. And like, I don't know if you noticed, these are new built-in shelves. I think I probably have read about half the books on these shelves, most over there. Those books over there on that side. A lot of those, half of those I haven't read, so I have a lot of books to read. I'm currently reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, and it's great. I know people don't like her or think she's too harsh, but I don't know. I enjoy her. The next one is attend Chattanooga Film Festival. That will be in June. Go to the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. That's in October. I've been to both of those several times before. And then this year I want to add going to Fantastic Fest in Austin. That is in September. I don't think I could go to the entire thing because it's like a week long and I just don't want to be in Austin for that long. No offense to Austin. Austin's fun, but I tap out after like 3-4 days. But I just want to go to this one because I always hear really fun things about it. So maybe I can get a press pass to that. My next goal is daily play with my cats. I have 3 cats. 2 of them are seniors. Gus is 13 as of last year, so he'll be 14 this year, so he's getting up there. Benny is 10 going on 11. And Sammy, who is my newest cat who I rescued last year, they estimated that he was 10 to 12 years old at the time. But after his blood work and everything came back, they were like, no, he's probably more like 5 to 7. And my vet that I took him to last month, they agreed. They were like, he had really bad teeth. That's how we estimate cats' ages. So they probably just estimated it based on the fact that he had really bad teeth and he had to have most of his teeth removed. But he could just have genetically bad teeth. So he's a younger cat. He keeps the other 2 spry. So daily play with my cats. They love their ribbon dancer. I have this thing that my aunt gave me a while ago where they have to like do a puzzle to find a treat. So I'm going to give that to them on a daily basis. The next one is continue to take care of my health and have less health anxiety. I really want to go get one of those pre-Nuvo scans just to get an overview of my entire body. They're really expensive. They're like $4,000. So probably I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to try to just not have as much health anxiety and not be running to my PT every time my foot hurts in like a little way. I smashed the front of my ankle into the corner of my coffee table yesterday and immediately texted my PT and also my neighbor who is a retired doctor. And I went over to show it to her and she's like, yeah, it's definitely not broken. It's just gonna be a bruise because I could weight bear on it. So, but if you have any tips to not have health anxiety, let me know. Next is attend the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. This is something I have wanted to do for forever, and I think that that would just be really fun. So that would be in August. And I've also never been to Edinburgh. So, and my cousin's daughter lives there, so maybe she could show me around. Next one, secure a side hustle to make extra money. I don't know what the side hustle would be. Anyone want to hire me as a tarot card reader? I can do that. I want to start pulling tarot cards on a daily basis again. Gus is here to say hi. Hold on. This is Gus. He is 13. He is adorable. He does not like being picked up. Gus, say hi. Yeah. So those are my goals. I had 17 last year, and this year I have 10. I hope it's more manageable. I feel like 17 was just too much. We also made vision boards in my teacher's goal setting class. And yeah, it's much more simple than last year, but there's like Whole Foods, some ballet. I want to be able to do tree pose again. I could for a while, and then for some reason I can't anymore. Savings, and this is Charleston and Savannah. Creativity. This is just a strong, healthy looking woman. I manifest everything I desire. Just books and coffee, which is super cozy. And this says grow your podcast via YouTube. So yeah, that I have it on my phone. I have it on my desktop. I'm obsessed. Those are my goals for 2026. I hope I can achieve them. I guess we'll check back next year. Let me know what your number one goal is in the comments. Follow the channel, like I said, again, and you can find me on Instagram at thatgirlallison with GRL. That's how you spell girl. And then Who's There PC is my podcast. WWTTS podcast is the other one. And yeah, I will see you soon.